We're going to share with you girls and whoever is watching how we made this 9-month engagement and wedding so simple and easy. So you're going to want to stay tuned. And if you're new here, what's up? I'm Natasha, founder of MIAADORA, former single mom of 4, but now newly engaged, about to get married to my amazing guy.
And I'm Brian, coach, former bachelor, just here to give the healed and masculine perspective.
We want to help you win in the area of dating, marriage, relationships, and life. So if you're interested in learning more about feminine masculine energy in relationships, in dating and marriage, and with your hormones and everything else, then you're going to want to follow for more.
Ladies, we're going to jump right in and go over a few things we did in our relationship that led up to marriage. So the first thing that we're going to go over is dating intentionally for marriage. When we decided to come together and be in a relationship, being that you were in a different country than I was, you had kids, I didn't. We really had to set standards about where we were going with it. So initially, even before we decided to do anything outside of just having conversations, we decided that we were dating for marriage. And with that, of course, comes with so much strategy as far as making it work. Right?
Especially with 4 kids.
Yeah, exactly. And living in another country.
Yeah.
Coming up with strategies on how this could work. So we had to factor in work. We had to factor in living situations, as well as, okay, if I come up there, how long can I stay? Things like that. So we really sat down and came up with a game plan to make this work. A game plan around the kids, a game plan around work situation, a game plan around the living situation. And once we came to a conclusion that we can make it work, then the ball started rolling.
Just what you're saying, honey, it's so important to have just that intention right from the beginning. Really invite God into it. And that's what we did. We're like, we're doing this the right way, which is for us. This is no judgment on what you girls are doing. But for us, we're like, okay, we're going to do it God's way. We did not live together before marriage. We were practicing celibacy. Ladies, just so you know, that will filter out right away if this guy is serious about you or not. And I was rotationally dating for marriage before that. Just the fact that Brian was like, okay, this is what we're going to do. We were on the same page. Allow him as a masculine to make that decision of like, okay, we're going to do this. And, it met my standards as well. And we're super intentional right from the beginning, which is what you have to be if you want to be successful in anything that you're doing.
Yes. And even breaking down, kind of going through specifically some of the things that we did. Of course, you mentioned making sure God was a part of it, right? We were praying together before I officially made the move. And then when I made the move, we continued to pray together daily just to make sure that God was in the center of our relationship.
Yes.
Right? So we didn't want to get off track and allow our body, our flesh to take over in a lot of situations. And we just were able to go through a day with prayer and even coming up with strategies around how to raise the kids and how the kids would factor in.
Huge.
Right? That was really big on how we can incorporate me into their lives. And I know that even before I came around, that you and the kids went through kind of different counseling to make sure that they were prepared for any man that entered into their life. And for me, having a background as a coach, using those coaching strategies to incorporate myself in their life. So it's not really being overbearing, but just finding fun ways to incorporate them. I began coaching and training a couple of the kids. And we started doing a lot of stuff together, including going out to eat, things like that are kind of soft entry points that makes it easy for the children to make those adjustments instead of living together to get an Airbnb, and just saying, okay, we can visit each other, we can spend time, but not coming and living with you all and with the kids and setting that example. Right. It was really just making those sacrifices, but we chose to use that money to make sure that we set the right example for the kids.
Yeah. And I can already hear some of your guys' voices in the background condemning yourselves. This is not what this video is about at all. Everyone's situation is totally different. We are not judging. Hear our hearts. We love you. We just wanted to share our story and give you guys other ideas in case this aligns with your values and things that you want to do. Because a lot of times people don't even think certain things are possible because we're not including God into the situation. But, in our own strength, we are limited, but with God, all things are possible. Even if you've done things crazy up to this point, you got 5 baby daddies, like you've been divorced, you're widowed, you had a failed engagement, like it does not matter. no guilt, no shame. Point number 1 is just being super intentional and deciding you get to date for marriage. And that's what we did. I'll jump into point number 2. And that is we did a ton, and we still do this, a ton of personal development. Lots of inner work, both of us. Coaching, therapy, and stuff before we even got together. I know Brian has mentioned this on other videos, after his engagement and during his engagement, was doing therapy and stuff, which is amazing. I myself have done so much inner work, so much inner healing before we even got together. And then even in the last 9-10 months, as we were preparing for marriage, we were super intentional with the kids, getting counseling with them. But mostly it's about us. We did stuff individually and then stuff together. So things around really understanding divine masculine energy, divine feminine energy in relationships. We both come from, like so many people, not the best backgrounds, not the best examples of marriage. I come from, everyone in my family, both sides, divorced, single. These are generational things that I wanted to break off of my family line. And once again, it's no judgment to my family or to other people's families, but you're just being super intentional and taking responsibility for my inner healing, for his inner healing. No one can do that for you. I learned so much about inner healing, nervous system re-regulating, getting my body in a good place, getting my mind, my emotions, my mood in a healthy place. So, I could have an amazing provider, masculine husband, man of God husband that would want to be with me and my kids. And so of course I'm not doing it for him, but ladies, you have to be so intentional. I talk to ladies all the time. You want a man that's way up here. You want that high quality, masculine, man of God, faithful, provider, protector. You want him to take your kids on like your own, right? Well, what kind of woman does that type of guy want to be with? Yes, your looks do matter to him to a certain degree, but like we talked about in our other videos, you got to go watch those. That is not everything. 80% of what he's attracted to and 80% of what's going to make the engagement in the marriage work is actually subconscious. It's actually our energy. It's how the masculine and the feminine energy attracts or repels. That's all subconscious. It's that inner healing. It's that feminine energy being willing to receive, even through the engagement, through planning the wedding. As you know, there's a ton of decisions that need to be made. We also moved. There was lots of opportunity for us to fight, lots. But because we both are so intentional with inner healing and praying together, like he said, doing our personal development work every single day, really understanding his needs and her needs with masculine and feminine energy, really understanding that you can't put new wine into old wineskin, your old identity needs to die off. Every single day you're renewing your mind. Really understanding that is what made this entire engagement and wedding plan and the actual wedding so much easier and so much more fun. What do you think, babe?
Just like you said, it really came down to us doing the inner work. Because no matter what's going on around you, it still comes down to you. And for me specifically, knowing that you had 4 kids, right, that's a major thing. Because you can hear stuff, and even being a bachelor with no kids. That's a different lifestyle. It's
totally
different.
Not
necessarily the challenge isn't the kids, it's the challenge is internal. Because you're used to living a certain type of way. You didn't have anyone else to factor in. I know, right?
Going from 1 to 6.
So making those decisions and coming to terms with the new lifestyle and embracing it, not just making it something that works, but embracing it and making it fun. Looking at it and saying, okay, how is this going to work? And having conversations like, okay, this is how I feel about this. Or because you're considering things like what your role is. So you don't want to look at the other person and say, okay, you have to do this. It's internal. The internal decisions that you have to make sure that you're in a good place and you're growing together. So a lot of things like that, and moving in a new country, right, for a few months at a time, really being at peace with yourself, where you're at, and making this work and having a plan. All right, it still comes back to a plan, but really being at peace with yourself, doing the work. So it's talking to the right people, listening to the right information, reading the right books, right? It's not only, we can have mentors that we've never met, right? We can have a mentor that we only listen to his information, but choosing the right mentors and people that understand this type of decision.
Yes. Oh my
Right.
gosh, it's
and
so
and for
huge.
me, that was key. And again, not allowing a lot of the noise, the people that may not agree with this lifestyle, may not want to move in this direction. It's nothing wrong with it, but those aren't the people that you need. Like, if you're training to become, an athlete, you're not going to talk to a musician.
Yeah.
Right. So looking
Yeah.
at it that way, like, I'm
So
training to
true.
become an athlete, so I need to speak to people that are training to become athletes only and to feed into them. So those became my mentors during this process. And it made everything so much more easy for myself and you as well, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Oh my gosh, that's so true, honey. You have to completely shut out anything that is not in complete alignment with
Yes.
your desires, for real. And that could be sometimes the people closest to you.
Yeah.
Okay. And be okay with that. But that's how God has created life. Like, you want to birth things into reality, which is manifestation, the unseen coming into the scene. I talk about this all the time with my ladies in the membership,
Yes.
where it's a woman will birth the best where she feels safe. So you need to protect your dream, your couple bubble, the new life you're creating for
Yes.
yourself, even before you're together.
Yes.
But once you are together, you have to protect that. Everyone has an opinion,
Yeah.
especially on social media. There's literally accounts dedicated towards deterring men from dating single moms.
Right.
Right? And you might have a whole bunch of preconceived limitations in your thinking about why you can't date or marry an amazing man, or all the other nonsense that we start to believe. You got to like literally shut all that stuff out. Like 2 Kings 4, that widow woman that is really birthing and manifesting a miracle, financial miracle in her life after her husband dies, right? She has to shut out all that noise. You got to shut out all that noise on social media, from people that even, and only watch people like us,
Right.
or people that are actually living the type of life you want to live. And babe, you can have it too. But it's a daily brainwashing, morning to night, a subconscious reprogramming that you get to have this type of life, that dream marriage, the dream wedding, whatever it is that you're wanting to do.
Right. No, that was good.
Number 3.
Third point, really with our wedding.
Yes.
We really just simplified it. And just for us, it was really less about the financial commitment, but more about just making things simple and easy in our life.
Yes.
So that included the wedding ceremony. So we decided to only invite, those family members. We have so many people that we would have loved to be there, but only those super close family members, mothers, sisters, brothers, fathers. We invited them, had a small ceremony. I mean, what was it? 15 minutes?
Yeah, small wedding package,
Small
all inclusive.
Yes, small wedding package. Real nice setting. I mean, we still didn't want to assure ourselves on the quality of it, right, and how nice it looked. But we also knew 15 minutes, get everything we needed, take pictures, then look, we go our way. Everyone else, we enjoyed them. Thanks for coming. We'll connect maybe over the weekend, but we really decided, like, look, enjoy your time here. We're going to go enjoy our time and really invest that money in other areas for us. And then, do a family moon. We just decided to do things our own way and decided that this is what we wanted. We didn't really look at, okay, what are other people doing on their wedding? No, what do we want? We got in this wedding. It was so much easier than we even imagined, so much smoother. Everything just worked out in our favor. And it was simple. We had fun. Everyone at the wedding had fun. And then we were able to enjoy the weekend, in which we're still enjoying now.
The biggest flex of this whole thing is how simple we kept our wedding.
Yes.
Like, we just decided this is going to be fun. Like, we don't care. It's going to be fun. And we stayed in that energy, which is part 2, like really holding that energy and that mentality that we get to have fun. This gets to be easy. Everything that we desire shows up for us. And we're so in unity in that we never speak against our blessings. We never speak against the things that we desire. And that's exactly what happened for us. It was like, literally, you guys, the wedding package was like under $2,000 for everything. Yes. Everything. Okay. Beautiful. Like, go check out my other social media channels. You'll see, like, the venue is gorgeous. You guys, I bought a couple dresses online for $30.
Yes.
$30, made it work. I loved it. And now we're going to go, instead of doing, like, we did a weekend honeymoon, just us two, that's what we're doing right now. And then for the full month, we're doing a family moon with the kids at a beautiful resort and just bonding as a blended family and just spending time together, working on our businesses, spending time with our community, and just living our best life because we decided we get to do things that way. Best flex ever.
I mean, I know all my guys really understand and feel this.
Yes.
But really the simplicity of it, because what we're focused on is the marriage.
Yes.
Right? The wedding is great. You definitely want to enjoy the wedding. We didn't skimp out on the rings.
I got my dream ring. I was believing for a 2-carat diamond ring, and I got a 3.3.
Yes.
Hold the desire, ladies. Yes. Something I teach in the membership is you got to hold that desire. Don't worry about how it's going to happen, but you got to hold that desire.
So it's not about skimping out.
No.
It's really about doing what you desire. If you want to spend $10,000, $20,000, whatever your budget is, just stay locked into that and know that everything within what you want is in it. You can get it. So we're just excited and ready for the family moon.
Yes. So now we're going to go get ready for our family moon. Make sure you guys are following us. And if you guys want access to our community, you're going to learn everything. I teach you all my strategies on divine dating for marriage. Or if you are married, I teach you how to turn up the heat in your marriage. I do a whole bunch of marriage rehab in there. You're going to learn about nervous system re-regulating, divine feminine energy, masculine energy, learning about communication within relationship. I know a lot of you ladies are like, how do I get him to do this? You need strategy, okay? And that's what we teach in the community. You're preparing for marriage, or you want to take your marriage to a whole new level. You got to get your body right. You got to get your hormones right, ladies. You got to get your feminine energy on point. Because when you feel better, you look better. And when you feel and you look better, you attract all the things that you desire into your life. If you are not ready to receive those things, we subconsciously will push it away. That's what self-sabotage is. So everything in this membership, it's our brand new membership that we have for you ladies, it's all about helping you shift out of that hyper independent masculine energy survival mode and learn how to heal, re-regulate your nervous system, your feminine energy, so you can receive the healthy masculine provider man, the dream clients, the dream community, the dream lifestyle without burning out your hormones anymore. Okay, babe?
But just make sure you jump in. I know we have a segment in there for man answers. So any questions you may have, I can answer those for you. Just throw the questions my way. We can work together to help get you where you desire to go.
Yes, you get to have it, ladies. Oh, and one more thing. I do have a free masterclass on there. It's my 5-step attraction expansion method. And so I'll leave the link below. You click on that and then you'll see the title. You can go and watch that. It's actual training. So you can get a taste of that. Love you girls. And let's get ready for our honeymoon. Our family moon.
Yes, our family moon.
Love you guys.